Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please give your confirmations on the chat box, please. If you can hear me, please type yes in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you all for your confirmations. I hope you are practicing. Thank you very much for your confirmations. I hope you are able to understand whatever I'm teaching. What is our plan for today? As you can see, the today's agenda. Today we'll spend some time more about string data type. Multi-line string literals. What does it mean? Indexing in strings is very, very important. We learn how can we use indexing in strings. Slice operator. What is the use of slice operator? Length function. Positive indexing and negative indexing. There are two types of indexing in strings, very important, positive indexing and negative indexing. So we'll understand both the types of indexing. So this is our plan for today. As usual, before moving on to today's session, any questions on the concepts what we have discussed in the previous session? Any questions on the concepts what we have discussed in the previous session? I hope it is very clear. I hope you are enjoying the Python, which is very, very simple and easy to learn. Okay. Let's move on with respect to today's agenda. I have one question. Please answer. If you know the answer, please respond in the chat box. Okay. Please respond in the chat box. I have one question to you. If you know answers, please respond in the chat box. Which function is used? Which function is used to know the address of a variable? Okay. Which function is used to know the address of a variable? If you know the answer, please write the answer in the chat box. Yes, you are right. ID function is used to know the address of a variable. Which function is used? Which function is used to know the data type of a variable? Okay. Which function is used to know the data type? Very good. Super. Type the function is used to know the data type of the variable. And print function is used to print some output on the console. These are the three functions what we have learned. Okay. So when you're creating a variable, my dear participants, we just write a equal to 10. That's all. We don't mention whether a is of integer or a is of a float or a is of string or a is boolean. Are you mentioning any data type? No, we are not mentioning any data type. We just write variable a equal to 10. The data type of the variable a is dependent on the participants. The data type of the variable a is dependent on the value what you are storing. If you store integer, the variable a becomes a correct. Variable a becomes integer data type. If you store strings like ABCD, the variable a becomes string data type. So this is called dynamic type, dynamically typed. One of the most important feature of Python is dynamically typed. That means we don't define the data type of the variable. Data type of the variable is dynamic based on the value what we store into that particular variable. Super, very good. Okay, so what is a new thing? We have most of this today's agenda, we are spending time making ourselves comfortable with string data type. Very good, super. Let's get started. Let's spend some time about the comfortable. Let's make ourselves comfortable with the string data type. What is a string, participants? What is a string? Sequence of characters is nothing but called a string. For example, I want to store my name Sunil into my variable A. This value is called, this Sunil is called a string value. Okay, and we can represent, we have to represent string in single quotes or double quotes. Okay, you can write the variable a in single quotes, like how you can see in the example. You can use single quotes. You can use single quotes when you're dealing with string data type. Instead of single quotes, you can also use double quotes, whichever is comfortable for you. There's no advantage or disadvantage. You can represent the string in single quotes. You can represent the string in double quotes. Whichever is comfortable with you, you follow that particular syntax. In my case, I am comfortable with single quotes. Most of my examples, I deal with single quotes when I'm dealing with strings. Okay, so let's open the integrated development learning environment, IDLE. Participants, let's open IDLE, integrated development learning environment. I open the command prompt. I open the command prompt. From the command prompt, I open the command prompt. From the command prompt, I just use the word Python. So integrated development learning environment gets open. So variable A equal to, I want to store a string value. In Python, string value should be enclosed in either single quotes or double quotes. To start with, I'm dealing with single quotes. Yes, I have stored my string in variable A and I want to know the data type of A. So we have a type function. We have type function which is used to know the data type of the variable A. It is string data type. So string can be used in single quotes. String can also be stored in double quotes also. For example, B is a variable. I want to store some value, something like logic labs or organization name. Double quotes, close. Perfect. So I want to know the data type of the variable B. The data type of variable B is again string. So you can deal strings in single quotes. You can also deal strings in double quotes, whichever you feel comfortable. Participants, whichever you feel comfortable, you can follow that syntax. Perfect. So you know how to deal with strings now. Multi-line string literal. You want to store string which is of multiple lines. When you want to deal with multi-line string literals, then you have to use triple quotes. When should we use triple quotes? When you want string which is of multiple lines. In such case, you have to deal with triple quotes. For example, please look at this. Please look at this. This is a string. Is that string in one line? Participants, is the string Logic Labs Technologies, is it in one line or in multiple lines? It is not in one line. It is in multiple lines. When you are dealing with string, which is of multiple lines, in such case, you have to go for triple quotes. For example, look at this. Variable C equal to, I am using triple quotes. 1, 2, 3. Three single quotes is nothing but triple quotes. Logic Labs. Okay. Technologies. 1, 2, 3. Triple quotes close. So this is a multi-line string value. So when you want to know the data type of this variable C, this is also string data type. If you want to print the value C, print of C, the result are you getting in one line? The value of C, are you getting in one line? No, it is dealing with multiple lines. When you have a string which is present in multiple lines, the syntax what you have to use is triple quotes. That is 3 single quotes you have to use. That is called multi-line string literal. Okay. The most important point of today's session is understanding index of strings. The most important point of today's session, and which is frequently used in the upcoming sessions also, is the concept of indexing in string. Okay. So who wants to talk to me with respect to indexing in string? Please raise your hand. Is anybody ready to discuss with me? Because when you discuss, the subject will be much more clear. Is there anybody who wants to discuss with me with respect to, you may do not know the concept, but is there anybody, if you can raise your hand to discuss with me with respect to indexing in string, we can have a discussion. Good morning, Ujjain.
Yeah, hello, Sunil. So, indexing is like we are giving the contents, means for example, if we have a book and before that we have a
We have an
content.
index before the book.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we will discuss about that. Okay, Ujjain. Before moving on with respect to indexing, your experience, Ujjain, and your location. You're from
Yes.
which location and
Yes.
your experience? Yes, Ujjain, you're from which location and do you have any IT experience?
Okay, Sunil. I am from Noida
Very good.
and I am working as an infrastructure administrator, middleware administrator, and
Very good.
yeah,
Good.
I have 7 years of experience.
Which middleware it is?
WebSphere, WebLogic,
Wow, very good.
YMO.
Very good. Okay. Good. Okay. Any specific reason, Ujjin, why are you planning to learn Python?
So I want to make my transaction into DevOps. So we
Python
need
is
to
used in DevOps.
yeah, scripts. Python is asked in that.
Correct.
Like we have multiple technology we need to learn in DevOps.
Correct. Perfect. This will add value not only in Python, always, not only DevOps, Python is always an added advantage. Having one programming knowledge in your skill set will always help you, isn't it, Ujjay? So let's learn about indexing in strings. If you can see, my dear participants, what am I doing here? In variable A, I'm storing a value Sunil. Okay, in variable A, I'm storing a value Sunil. So let's do that. For example, in variable A, I'm storing a value Sunil. Very good. I want to add, if I print A, what will be the output? The entire string will be displayed in the output. The complete string will be displayed. But my requirement is I don't want to display the entire string, Sunil. I want to display only one character, the first character S to be displayed. This is my requirement. Participants, I don't want to display the entire values. I want to display the first character. If this is your requirement, if you write print of A, the entire string will be printed. But your requirement is you don't want to print the entire string, you want only the first letter to be printed. Okay, look at this. We can access a specific character in the string. You can access the first character or you can get the last character. You can get the second character, whichever character you want, you can access it by using the concept of index. By using the concept of, you can access any character, whatever you want, by using the concept of index. If you look at this, Ujjain, please have a look at this. Ujjain, please have a look at this diagram. This is the string Sunil, isn't it? And you can see in every string, the index number, participants, in every string, the index number starts with 0. Index number starts with 0. Always the indexing starts with 0. Now, if you want to access the first character, if you want to print the first character, yes, in such case, the syntax what you have to follow is print. If you write A, everything complete Sunil will be printed. In A, you want to print the index number 0. Index number 0 refers to which character? Index number 0 refers to first character. Got it, my dear friends? So index number, please respond in the chat box. I hope I'm very clear in explaining you the concept of indexing. Always the index number starts with, remember, always the index number starts with 0. Now, if you want to access the second character, participants, if you want to access the second character, how can I access only the second character? Print of A of index number. If you want to access the second character U, index number 1 will give you the second character as U. So index number always starts with 0. SUNIL, it's a 5-letter word. The index number starts with 0, ends with 4. I want to print the last character L. If you want to print the last character, so you have to go for index number 4. If you want to access the last character, index number 4 ends with L. This concept is called as indexing. Using the indexing concept, not only the entire string, you can access the specific character by using indexing. Very important point you need to keep in mind that the index number starts with 0. Where any string, it can be any 10 letters long or 100 letters long, index numbering always starts from 0. This is about indexing in string. Participants, this is about indexing in strings. Next. I want to discuss about slice operator. We have learned about indexing. I want to discuss about slice operator. What do you mean by slice? Can I have a slice of a bread? Can I have a slice of an ice cream? Slice is nothing but part. If you look at the general dictionary meaning of the term slice, meaning look at this. Slice. To cut something, a thin piece of food. Correct? That's called a slice. Slice is nothing but part. Cut. Divide. Segmentation. So this is something meaning of the term slice. Slice is nothing but part. Now, why are we learning slice here with respect to strings in Python? For example, my requirement is, what is the meaning of the word slice? We already have discussed. It's a part. I hope you got the concept. Slice with respect to string. I want to get the part of the string. If you want to print the entire string, you will write A, the entire string will be printed. If you want one character to be printed using indexing, you want one character to print it. But you want the part of the string. String is 5 letters. I want 1, 2, 3, first 3 letters. This part I want SUN to be printed. Or I want last 2 letters IL to be printed. You want part of the string to be printed. You want a part of the string to be printed. You want a slice of a string to be printed. In such case, we have to use slice operator. We have to use slice operator. So whenever you want the part of the string, in such case, we have to use slice operator. Please observe the requirement. Participants, please observe the requirement. I want the slice of Sunil. I want U and I to be printed. Whenever you want this particular letter from Sunil, you want what to be printed? You want this portion to be printed, U and I. Okay, so if you want this particular slice, you have to always look at the beginning index and ending index. You always control the strings by using indexing. The beginning index is 1, the ending index is 3. Okay, so when you want this U and I, beginning index is 1 and ending index is 6. So what means 1 to 3? 1, from 1 to 3, this part of the index, this slice will be given as output. So whenever you want the slice of a string, you have to use begin index as well as ending index. For example, print of A of, look at this, begin index is 1, colon, ending index is 3. Square brackets close brackets. Are you getting UN? Are you getting UN? Are you getting UN? What is my requirement? I want U and I to be printed, right? I want U and I to be printed. When you write 1, 3, the problem is it returns begin index to end minus 1. The behavior is 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. That is the reason you're getting to U and N. When you want I to be printed, then you have to use ending index as 4. That means 4 minus 3 will be printed. Look at this. Print of, instead of 3, write 4, because it always reads 4 minus 1. So you will get U and I. So participants, now you are in a position, you are in a position to print the entire string. Now you are in a position to print the entire string. Now you are in a position to print the specific character, or you want to get the part of the string also, you can do that. Okay. So when you want a part of the string, you have to use begin index as well as ending index. Super. Important points which you get it in the interviews or in the bits in the written exams. When you're going for an interview, in the written exams, you'll get these kind of questions. If we do not specify begin index is not mandatory. If you avoid the begin index, the default value of the begin index is 0. Begin index is not mandatory. You can skip the begin index. For example, when I'm using slice operator, this is slice operator, I'm not mentioning the begin index. When you don't mention the begin index, by default, the begin index number will be 0 to 3. 3 is nothing but n minus 1. So what will be printed till 2 is printed? SUN will be printed. That's my understanding. Please, are you getting the response? Are you getting SU also? Are you getting SUN to be printed? Perfect. Now tell me, is begin index mandatory? Tell me, is begin index mandatory? Begin is not mandatory. Begin index is not mandatory. If you don't mention the begin index, by default, the value is 0. That is the concept of begin index. Clear about this? Similarly, if you don't specify end index, ending index is also optional. If you don't specify ending index, then it returns all the characters till end of the string. So print of 2 : I'm not specifying the ending index. It returns the entire string from the index number 2. The index number 2 is nothing but n. So NIL will be printed. So end index is also not mandatory. End index is also not mandatory. If you don't specify begin index and ending index, that means you'll get the entire string. Clear about this? This operator is called as slice operator. So participants, I hope I'm very clear. You know how to get the entire string. You now know how to get a specific character from a string. You also know how to get a specific part from the string, that is by using the slice operator. Perfect. Next. And before moving on with length function, let's have interaction with the Qayyum. How are you doing, Qayyum?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes, good
All
morning.
good.
How is your learning going on Python?
Yeah, all good.
Is it
A bit
interesting
practicing
or
on-
boring?
Yeah, a lot of interest.
Hmm?
Yeah, interesting.
Very
And
good. You're
your
from which location?
explanation is absolutely very good.
You're from which location?
From Telangana only, Mahbub Nagar.
Okay, so what's your experience and qualification?
My experience is about 15 years.
Very good.
And
Where?
qualification MSIT. I am working as a network lead in ACL Digital.
Superb. Where is it located, ACL?
It's
High-tech
in
city?
all cities. Yeah, in Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad.
You are doing
all
work
cities.
from home?
Yeah.
Qayyum?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good.
work
Why are
from
you
home.
learning Python?
For automation, it is very useful, right? So in
Very
all
good.
network sectors, it is going to be automated. Yeah,
The future is all cloud and automation, isn't it, Qayyum?
yeah, correct.
Good. How do you know about Logic Labs technologies?
Yeah, a lot of friends told me, and I also added in the WhatsApp group. I was looking for
You are-
your batch particularly
For
because
Python.
yeah, your explanation is
You know
very
AWS? Thank you.
yeah.
Do you know AWS?
Yeah, I attended your batch, but at that time I was busy, so not concentrated on that one.
Oh, you attended my AWS batch, right?
Yeah, but not in depth, just a few sessions.
It's more than 1 year back, I think so. 2 years back, I think so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in 2020 or
Yes. Okay.
21.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your question?
Yeah, my question is here this indexing in production. How do we use? Just it is showing few numbers, right?
Okay. Now, for example, I'll give a simple example where exactly this indexing or slice operator, Qayyum, where it exactly used. If you, for example, have you observed in the BSE stock exchange or indexing in the share market, do you think the entire company name is printed or first 4 or 5 letters will be printed? In the if you see the terminal, entire value will not be printed. Only the first 3 letters or first 4 letters, because of there's no space in the display. You want only first 3 letters to be printed. Agree or not? In such case, in the back end, that is in the table, the complete information will be stored, but in the front end, when you are presenting the information, you don't want the entire information to be printed, only you want the first 4 letters to be printed. In such case, we go for using slice. Okay, got it?
Okay. Yeah.
So most of the cases, for example, most of the cases, especially in check printing also it is used. You want to, for example, in many cases, you don't want to display the entire value. You want only first 4 letters followed with star for a confidentiality purpose. Are you understanding? Okay. So in such a, when you're making the payment gateway also, observe when you're making some payments online, your credit card number is there, 16-digit credit card, but only last 4 digit will display, remaining everything in the star mark, isn't it?
Exactly.
Okay, we are hiding it. That means what are we doing? We are not showcasing the entire value. We are showcasing only one part of that particular value because of some security reasons. Am I right? It could be passwords or whatever it is. usernames or whatever it is. So in such case, in such purposes, we have to go for this slice
Yes.
for slice operator. Okay, Kayum?
Yeah, and one more, if it is a very big para, so there also we can
There
apply
also,
this
yes,
method?
we'll show only beginning characters and then you'll have an option called read more. When you click on read more, again, the entire information will be displayed. Agree or not? In these all cases, we use slice. Okay,
Okay.
clear, Kayum?
Yeah, clear.
Okay,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
thank you. And can we continue the discussion if it is okay for you?
Yeah, it's okay. It's my pleasure.
I want to introduce you one more function in Python called as length function. Hi participants, I want to introduce one more function in Python called as length function. What is the purpose of the length function? Length function return the length of the string. Returns the length of the string. What do you mean by length of the string? For example, what is the length of the string Sunil? The Sunil is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters long. So for example, variable a equal to I'm storing Sunil in variable A and I want to know the length of this particular variable. So whenever I want to know the length of the variable, then we have an option called LEN stands for length. What length it is doing, Kayum? It is
5
printing
characters.
5.
Yeah.
So any letter, if you want to know the entire total count of the letters, then length of the string is very simple. It is used for length function.
Yeah.
Length function is used. Now, participants, look at this. Look at my requirement. I want to convert Sunil into Sunil. The difference is this value, Sunil, everything is in lowercase. But I want to only convert only first character to capital letters. Only first character I want to convert it to uppercase and remaining all characters as it is, I want to show it in the lowercase. This is my requirement. This is my requirement. So remember, when see participants, you are all learning Python for different purposes. Participants, we are all learning Python for different purposes. Few people in our batch are learning Python to become hardcore Python developers. Few people in our batch, they don't want Python developers, but they want to use Python in other domains like artificial intelligence or DevOps or networking or automation testing or on automation or RPA. So there are different uses of Python, irrespective whether you are going for a Python development or you are using this concept of Python in other domains. This kind of logical understanding is very, very important. How can we logically make our brains work so that we can build the logic and achieve the requirements? Now, what is the current requirement? Participants, I'm not only talking to Kayum. On behalf of Kayum, I'm talking to all the participants which are in our batch. My requirement is there is a value Sunil, everything is in lowercase. I want to convert one letter to uppercase and the remaining all to be in lowercase. This is my requirement. Where exactly this kind of requirements are used? For example, Kayum, we all have a bank account, right? In our bank account, our account name is in normal case. But if you see your debit card, name will be displayed in the debit card. All the complete name is shown in capital letters. Agree? The name should be in capital letters because there are several reasons. There are several reasons. In the back end, the case is different, but in the front end, you want a different case to be displayed. So we should be comfortable in converting the case from one lowercase to uppercase or uppercase to lowercase. How to handle this requirement? Please look at this. For this particular value, Sunil, first you have to break this letter into two pieces. One is S, the other one is UNIL. This is the first part. Second thing, what you have to do, use small letter S, you have to convert it to upper letter S.
Yeah.
That is the first activity. Look at the series of activities which we do. A equal to Sunil, print of A. Obviously, Sunil is written. Now, print of A of index number 0. What will be the output, Kayum?
S, small s.
Small s. But my requirement in the output, I want S to be converted into uppercase. There is a function called upper. Print of A of index number 0 is nothing but S dot. For that letter S, I am using what function?
Upper function.
What this upper function do? This upper function will convert small letter s to capital letter.
Capital. Yeah.
Okay, so remember, we have a participants. Remember, we have a function called upper, and I don't want to I want to apply upper on the first letter. First letter we can access by using index number 0. So dot upper will convert letter s small s to capital S. This is the first thing. Next.
Yeah.
After capital S is the result, then remaining I want to add this UNIL. Remaining characters I want to add. Agree or not? Yes.
Yeah.
How do you? This is nothing but part of the string. This is nothing
Yeah.
but part of the string. So how can you get this particular part of the string? By using the slice operator from the beginning index 1. The first letter is index number 0, the second letter is index number 1. And ending index, if I don't mention, it will return the entire string, right? So participants, please look at this. This is where we have to write it. Print a of 0 plus upper plus stands for concatenation, and then a of index number from the index number 1 to, I don't mention the ending index. Sorry, I don't mention the ending index, and close of print function. Now, are you able to now get Sunil, where S is shown in capital letter, S is only shown in capital letters? This is how we have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Participants. Okay, so we have to understand this strings, because most of the time we do strings and get the result. Perfect. And this particular value, can I store it in different variable? Yes. This particular value, I can store it in different variable. I don't want to use print. I don't want to use print. Instead, I want to store it in a different variable. Now, print of B is showing you Sunil. A is as usual. A is as usual, Sunil, but this converted value I'm storing in different variable B and printing B. Clear? Kayu? Like this, we have to deal with the concept of indexing. Yeah. Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One question is there, Sunil.
Yes.
So suppose in one para, if we have 4 times like Sunil repeating, so can we convert all those 4?
We have replace function. We will discuss that in the coming classes. Okay.
It's possible, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Perfect. Let's move on. Now, I wanted, so what all we have discussed? We have discussed about multi-line string literals. We have discussed about indexing. We have discussed about slice operator to get the part of the string. We have discussed about length function to get the length of the string. I want to discuss about positive indexing and negative indexing. Positive indexing and negative indexing. Whatever the indexing concept, what I have shown you, this is positive indexing. The index concept, whatever I have shown you, this is called as positive indexing. This is called as positive indexing. I want to discuss about negative indexing. In string, there's a concept of negative indexing. There's a concept of negative indexing. Okay. Kayum, I have a small question. Can we have a talk again?
Yeah.
For example, there's a variable C. I'm storing a string value. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
String value, you have to enclose it in single quotes. Okay, Kayum? I want to access the first letter D. Tell me, how can I do it?
Print of A index bracket close
character.
1.
First character.
Index
number starts with
1. 0.
Index number starts with 0.
Yeah.
Which 0? C of
0.
0. Yes.
Yeah.
I want to access second character. Tell me.
Print of C of 1.
Correct. F. Correct. Second character. I want to access last character. Tell me, how can I do it?
Yeah, from
We have to count, right? 0, 1, 2,
count.
3, 4. We have to count it. That's the problem. If the string is very long, it is very difficult for us to count, isn't it? So in such cases, to make the work easy, there is a concept called negative indexing. Okay, there is a concept called negative indexing. Please look at the diagram. Please look at the diagram of negative indexing. Whatever you have seen in the bottom, this is called as what indexing? Qayyum, which you already have learned, the index number starts with 0. This is called positive indexing. There is something called negative indexing. If you want to access the last letter, okay, if you want to access the last letter, you don't need to count it. Happily start from -1. So Qayyum, negative indexing starts with -1. Now, if you want to access the last letter, just happily use -1. Are you Qayyum? Are you able to get the last letter? Superb. Are you able to get the last letter? Super. So that is the use of negative indexing. There is a concept of positive indexing. There is a concept of negative indexing also. You can use positive indexing. You can also use negative indexing. Very important. In case of negative indexing, it starts with -1 and increments like this: -1, -2, -3. These are two options. Especially negative indexing is used when you want to access the last letter. You don't need to count the number of letters. Happily blindly use -1 to get the last letter or last but one letter. If you want, you will use -2. This concept is called as a negative indexing. So in strings, just not only positive indexing, we also have negative indexing also. Look at my requirement. Look at my requirement. I want to convert this value Sunil into Sunil. The only difference is last number I want to convert into capital L. So if you want to break this logic, how can we do it? This is what your requirement is. So first we'll break this Sunil into two parts. First, SUNIL is very easy. Only thing what you have to do is the last letter should be converted into uppercase. So how to get this value SUNIL, SUNI? So this part, how can you get it? So because by using the concept of slice operator, index number 0 to length -1. Length -1, length of Sunil is 5. 5 -1 automatically it converts into 4. 0 to 4, it will give you SUNI. SUNI. Agree or not? Look at this. A equal to Sunil. Okay. Now, A of index number 0, colon, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. I have to mention 4 because 4 means it will give 4 -1. That's nothing but 3. So are you getting SUNI? Instead of hard coding 4, can I write 5 -1, the length -1? So I can write, instead of 4, I can write length of A -1. Length of A is nothing but 5. 5 -1 is nothing but 4. That's what I'm doing. SUNI, I got it. And last letter L, I want to print it, but I want last letter we can access by using negative indexing -1. So -1 dot upper. So this I want to store it in the variable B. If you want, you can store it in variable B. If you don't want to store it in variable B, happily you can write this. Sorry. There should not be any spaces. That's the reason you're getting indentation error. Are you getting SUNIL? Yes, perfect. And if you want this SUNIL to be stored in a different character, you can store it in a different character. It's up to you. If you want, you can store it. And then happily you can print that particular B also. That's not a problem. The point is you have to be comfortable dealing with strings. Participants, you have to be comfortable dealing with the strings because frequently handling strings is very frequently used by the developer. Strings concept is very simple. In strings, you can get the part of the string, you can get a specific character from the string by using the concept of indexing and by using the concept of slice operator. We have positive indexing, index number starts with 0. We have negative indexing, starts with -1. This is about positive indexing and negative indexing. This is about positive indexing and negative indexing. I think someone has mailing us about the Edit Plus key. I hope you have installed Edit Plus editor. If you have installed, you can activate by using the use key, which I'm sending it in the chat box. Please copy this key in the chat box. And using this, you can activate the Edit Plus notepad, Edit Plus editor, which we have discussed in the previous session. Any questions? This is my plan for today's session. It was not a complete 1 hour session, but we are able to complete it in 45 minutes. Yes, Ujjain.
Yeah, my question is like I haven't attended last 2 classes.
As you can
So-
see, every session is recorded. Every session is recorded. Are you in the WhatsApp group?
No, I am not there, Sunil.
Okay, so
Yes,
please
ma'am.
visit this website, logiclabstech.com. Do you know our website? Logiclabstech.com. Ujay,
Yes, yes.
I'm sending it in the chat box or URL, logiclabstech.com. Go to upcoming batches. This is what we are learning is 11 a.m. Python batch. Ujjain, this is first link is the WhatsApp group link. First link is WhatsApp group link. Second link is Zoom registration link. Third link is I think yeah. You can register for the course, make the payment and register for the course. Participant. So okay, and WhatsApp group. When you join the WhatsApp group, Ujjain, you will have access to the previous session recordings also. Okay. And 3 participants, 3 to 4 sessions are the demo sessions. Please complete the payment formalities so that you can continue learning Python without any disturbance, because the meeting link will change. Not tomorrow, but soon.
Can I
Meeting link will change. 1 minute, Ujjain. Meeting link will be changed and meeting link will be shared to the paid candidates only. Please take the decision and complete the payment formalities. Yes, Ujjain, your question.
Yeah, sorry. My question was like, I'm planning to learn DevOps also. So simultaneously, should I learn or should first complete this?
If the timings are okay, if you have free time, please learn simultaneously. Okay.
And are you planning for any future in DevOps course you're planning or?
No, I am not planning any DevOps. We have a different instructor. We have different instructor for DevOps. You can see here, Azure DevOps, Mr. Ankit Maharula, AWS DevOps with Sai. So we have different instructors. Okay. Please follow our website.
Thank you.
Good morning, Nikhil. How are you doing today?
Yeah, hi sir. Very good afternoon, sir. It's just a normal doubt, sir, not related with today's topic.
Okay.
Just want to know, sir, the Terraform sessions. When are you planning to conduct Terraform sessions, sir, in future or any upcoming
I
days?
have not yet decided. If I find time, definitely I'll take it. Okay. Nikhil?
Okay, yeah, thanks, sir. That's it for now.
Thank you. Yes, Renuka. Good morning. How are you doing? You are allowed to unmute now. By default, you'll be on mute. You have to unmute and talk. Jeevan, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, sir. How are you, sir? How about you?
I'm doing well. Your voice is very low.
Actually, I'm in office, sir. So maybe my voice is not clear. So I just want to know, sir, in 2021, you are experiencing DevOps, right, sir?
2000, sorry. 2000? 2021 passed out.
Yes, 2021 batch. That 170 something DevOps.
DevOps 2021 batch.
Yes.
Oh,
Sometimes
wow.
they told us that you are going to start even Terraform as well. So have you already started Terraform, sir?
Terraform is already, I have completed 4 hours of training in Terraform. Jeevan,
So can we get that sessions?
recordings? You send an email to me. You have not to support. Okay. Send an email to me, sunil@logiclabstech.com. Jeevan, I'll share you those 4 sessions of Terraform.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any questions, Renuka? You are now allowed to talk. You can unmute and talk. By default, we'll be on mute. Okay, so see you tomorrow where we'll have much more learning on Python. Please complete the payment formalities. If you have decided, please, you can buy now using the, you can click here, third link, and you will have an option where you can, this is batch number 172. You can buy the course for 3,999, where you'll have access to the lifetime recordings of whatever we are learning day to day. Okay. See you tomorrow for much more learning. Have a good time. Thank you. Okay, Rohit has asking some question. Yes, Rohit, good morning. How are you doing, Rohit?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir.
Yes, your question.
Yeah, I want to know about after this batch, for
We have lost your voice. Please repeat. We cannot hear you. Looks like network settings at your end. Rohit?
Yeah, after this, we are learning this. You audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible now. Please repeat. You are on mute, Rohit. Please unmute and talk.
Yeah, now are you getting my voice, sir?
Yes, yes. Continue.
Yeah, I want to know to become a Python developer. After this batch, what I have to learn from
You have
sir?
to learn 3 courses to become
3
Python
courses.
developer. Rohit,
Okay.
this is basic
Okay.
Python. Hmm?
Okay, sir.
Second course, you have to learn UI technologies. UI technologies is all about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap. Okay?
Yeah.
Document object model, UI technologies. And next, you have to learn Django framework.
Okay, okay. Sir. Even JavaScript, it is included in Python.
JavaScript is included in UI technologies.
Okay, okay. Okay.
So these are the 3 courses. Now you are in the first course. Please complete second course and third course also. Then you are called as full stack developer. You are
Okay.
called as Python. If you complete all these 3 courses, then you are called as Python full stack developer. You can apply for Python full stack jobs. Okay?
Okay, okay. Sir,
Perfect.
sure.
Thank you. Thank you all. See you tomorrow for much more learning on Python. Have a good time. Thank you.